Hey family, good morning, good morning, good morning family. Welcome to Just Grow With Me. Hey, so I had a quick update. Well, not an update. I had a quick something I learned, and I wanted to share because for newer gardeners or gardeners that never grown garlic, something that I've learned. Let me show you, and then I'll speak through it. So, this is my garlic, and what they say is after you pull your garlic, you should let it dry. Right? You dry with the whole stem, more so make it look like this. This is not even ready yet because it still has greenery on it right here. So that's not ready. It's not all the way dry. Because this is not ready, if you cut here, if you cut it at the neck and you leave it open to rot. Let me show you. Look at this. And these are really, really large garlics that I had. What I did was I went ahead and cut it, as you can tell right here, but it wasn't all the way dried out. It wasn't completely dried out through here. Now, if you decide to do your garlic and you don't let it completely, what some people call cure, this is what happens. Now, if you want to use your garlic right away, I'm thinking it'll be fine. So here's some of the garlic that I was able to save. So we still get a good bit of garlic, but because I didn't understand when people are like, oh, you got to let it cure. You got to let it cure. I didn't understand, right? They was like, oh, let it sit for about 3 to 6 weeks and let it dry completely out. I didn't understand what they meant by that. Now I do. What happened is the middle, which is the stem of it right here, what happens is this is still wet. It still have moisture in it, right? And it leads into the bulbs, right? Because it's like what feeds the bulb. So look at this, y'all. What it did was is rotten through all the way. And then with it rotten through all the way, it wound up rotting the bulbs because there was still so much moisture in here. And all I did was have these sitting up in a bag, a air bag. Like it had plenty of room for air, but the bulbs itself wind up rotting. You see that, y'all? So lesson learned. Granted, the good part is this is not my only harvest of garlic. I do have more, but it is a lesson. You see how, look at this right here. This is a bulb, right? That can probably still be salvaged because all I'm going to do now is dehydrate these. But because bulbs have layers, look at how many layers it wind up getting. Look at that. It just, everything went bad and it's in layers. So if I would have caught this earlier, I might have been able, see, I feel like these are not as bad. These are okay. Because again, I'm just going to cut them up and dehydrate it. But for some of them that's completely soaking wet, you can't save them. You can't save them. So again, for all of my new, not just gardeners, just people that may be interested in planting garlic, soft neck and or hard neck, I do believe it's the same, where you have to let it cure, let it dry out completely. Now in my she shed, I do have more hanging up, and I am most definitely going to allow those to dry out completely. I mean, the neck is going to be so limp. So what they say is this neck should be like limp like this. Like literally when I pick it up, you see how it still has like structure to it? It's not flopping over. It's because in the middle of this is still moisture. You see that greenery tells me it's still moisture. You need all the leaves to be dried out looking like that before you go ahead and cut this off. Because I even thought, well, if I just cut, this part so far up, it'd be fine. No, because again, when you allow that air and that moisture to be open, it definitely rotted out so many of my bulbs. And again, the blessing is I didn't do it to all of them. Now, last year I did garlic, but I did not get bulbs. I didn't get bulbs, so I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what to expect. And of course, when you get in garlic, you get excited. You're like, oh man, I got garlic and they're nice sized bulbs. Be patient. Let them cure. If you're trying to have them. So remember, one of the things I want to do is I want to have things I don't have to purchase them. So I grew a whole lot of them, but I've lost quite a bit just because of lack of knowledge on my end. So I just wanted to educate you all. If you grow garlic, now again, if you're deciding to dehydrate them right away and things like that, you may not have to wait to let them cure like that. But if you plan on storing them, let them cure. Let them dry out. Let that stem part dry out so much to where literally the neck flops over like that and everything else is dry. Then you'll get the actual pods that's dry. Because again, this is like pretty much the skin. So the skin wasn't able to dry, which held the moisture, which then allowed everything to go mildew, mold, look at that, mold, things like that, and go bad. So just here to be formative, and just let you know, for people that are doing garlic, first timers, beginner garlics, this is something I've learned. But until next time, please like, subscribe, and share. Bye.